All right, welcome everybody. We are going to get started just a few minutes early. We have a non-conference extra game here, a tilt between the Greyhounds of Duluth East and your Proctor Rails. Opening draw, one back by Brecken. Shot from Miles in on net. That's saved. Another shot comes in from the wall. Looks like that was Brecken. We're going to get an offensive zone draw for the Rails. Draw one back. Shot, that's deflected wide. Centering pass intercepted. Brecken wires this one wide of the net. Near side corner. Back to the point. That pass doesn't connect. Greyhounds able to get it out. Down into the near side corner. Sent out front. Puck's loose. Bouncing around. It's cleared to the slot. Will gets it far wall, or Brecken will clear. Brecken stood up at the circles. East comes back the other way. Down the near side wall. Around the circle, forced around behind. That shot hits the base of the net. Greyhound send it back out front. That's fanned on. Bria from the circle sends it out of the zone. Duluth East, D to D at the blue line. Tipped ahead, intercepted. That's taken away by Declan. He's into the zone. Through the defender's skates. Backhand pass fanned on, picked up by Bria. She shoves this at the net. Kick save. East clears, but not out. Gray will put this one down into the corner. Declan comes near side for it. Sends this one out front, tipped. Tony couldn't quite redirect on net. Puck's at the half wall. Greyhounds clear. Matt picks it up in the circle. Ahead to Bria. That's in the skates of the ref. They're able to clear it out. Duluth East will pick it up, circle behind their own net. Off the far side wall, tipped, held in by Matt. He'll send it back down into the corner, but that's taken away. To the point, Gray's unable to hold. Icing is waved off. Matt picks it up. He circles, takes a look. Lead pass. Tony tips this ahead, but it's taken away. Will has it at center ice, chips this ahead. Greyhounds will take it back, and they're into the zone. Near side circle. Centers, backhand attempt, save from Jace. Will picked up the rebound. And Declan's into the zone on the near side. Shot from Declan, saved. Greyhounds play it near side, up the wall. And dump down into the corner where Garrett has. He plays this up the wall. Given away by Griffin. Sent in, shot, save from Jace, rebound saved. Will able to stick lift and get the puck out of the zone here. He's three wide as they cross. He'll spin, go to the corner with it. Sends it out front. Garrett had his stick lifted last second. He was in the top of the slot. Greyhound's able to escape the zone now. Down in near side. He'll go around the circle. That shot whistled wide. Griffin from the half wall chips it ahead, gets it out. Brecken will pick this one up in stride. Sidesteps 1D. Has it past the other. Down in on net. Shot, rebound. Brecken gets the puck back. Circles, fires. That's blocked. Puck comes to the near side corner. East will pick it up. Will with pressure on the half wall. Miles with it here at the blue line. Tips back in. We'll get offsides as the call. There's time left in the period. Neither of the scoreboard isn't running, so this is a scrimmage. Tony off the draw there. Tony picks that one up. It's cleared back out. Matt picks it up at his own blue line, chips it ahead. Max has it now. Max with back pressure will just dump it into the corner. Declan on the near side wall, putting pressure on. East able to chip it up and ahead. Max will circle. He tries to go to Gray at the blue line. Gray just chips it up out of the zone. Max now plays it ahead. Max and Tony 2-on-2 as they cross the line. Max dumps it to the corner. Battling in behind there. Tony takes it away. It's taken back by the Greyhounds. Rink wide pass connects and they're out of the zone. As they cross the red line, they dump it in. Matt stops in behind the net, reverses. His pass hits a stick, taken away. Greyhounds take a look from the corner. Centered out front. Tony takes that away, forces it to the wall. Max will chip it up and out. Tony at center ice. Into the zone, protects. Tries to put this one towards the net. It does make it on. Tony appears to be in some discomfort as he had fallen there. Greyhounds will dump this one back in. Miles circles the net to pick it up. Tries to chip it ahead, is stripped off his stick. Greyhounds off the half wall with it now, centering. That bounces off his stick. Declan jumps into the slot, picks that up. 2-on-2 as they cross. Down into the circle, around, up front. Will puts a shot on net, saved. Smothered by Henry for Duluth East. We're going to get an offensive zone draw for the Rails. Draw one back by Brecken. They try to go D to D. Miles has possession but lost the zone. Bria sends it back in offsides. We'll get a neutral zone draw. Brecken comes out of the circle with the puck. Bria now, top of the circle, chips this one wide of the net. Near side corner for it. Brecken tries to feed the point. That's intercepted. The Greyhounds start to neutralize. Down the near side circle. Shot, kick save from Jace. Greyhounds play it back to the point. Shot from the point there, goes wide of the net. Greyhounds maintain possession along the wall. Back to the point, dumped in. Will intercepted, couldn't clear. Good play from Miles there, tries to force it to the wall. This gets dumped in behind where Garrett will pick it up. He reverses, nobody home. Miles pick it up on the near side wall, chips it ahead where Will gets it. Will surveys, lead pass gets him out of the zone to Brecken. Brecken into the offensive zone, bottom of the circle, backhander pushed wide. Brecken still with possession. Sends this one near side circle off the referee. Miles with a one-timer. That doesn't quite make it in on net. Brecken now fires. That's a kick save. Rebound squirts wide. East able to clear the zone, but Will sends it right back in again. Greyhounds will be forced to play from their own corner. Rink wide pass takes them out of the zone. Down to the near side corner. Sent around behind. Griffin picks this up, chips it ahead. Garrett tries to race ahead for it. It's taken away by the Greyhounds. Bodies collide. Shot in on net. Jace finds that. Smothers. And we get a whistle. We got Nate Elling on the music. Draw one back by the Rails. Played up the wall. Griff tries to clear. That's held in. Back down to the half wall. The Greyhounds step into the circle. Shot on net. Gloved and held onto by Jace. Declan wins this draw back to Gray, who sends it around. East will intercept at the half wall. Battling there are Tony and Matt. Puck squirts to the corner. Greyhounds, first one's on it, centered. That's sent wide. Chipped ahead. Tony picks this up along the wall. He starts out, hands to Matt. Matt's into the offensive zone. Nobody in front of him. Hard shot, scores. That'll be a goal for Matt. The assist goes to Tony. And the Rails are the first ones on the board. Greyhounds win this draw. Chip ahead. Good pressure from Brecken. Knocks the puck loose. Matt will pick that up. He goes rink wide for Max. Max maintains possession. As he enters the zone, he'll put that into the corner. Greyhounds circle. Taken off the half wall there by Brecken. He runs into Will. The Greyhounds will be forced back in behind their own net. Rimmed around the far side. Gray steps up. He'll fire from the top of the circle. That goes wide. Chipped ahead to the blue line. He makes it out. Greyhounds down the circle. Shot from the dot. That gets forced wide. Good back check by Gray. Forced that puck wide. Max stripped of the puck just inside the blue line. Sent rink wide by Brecken. Will steps into it. He waited just a hair too long. Gray ended up offsides. We'll get a neutral zone draw here with time left on the clock. Again, if you haven't caught it yet, it's technically a scrimmage. No clock on the wall. Greyhounds in possession off the draw. Battling for it there, the blue line. Miles and Tony still battling for it. Gets down the half wall with the Greyhounds in possession. From the corner, backhand pass. All the way to the point. Tony with a stick on it. That's tipped into the slot. Miles picks that up. Miles able to escape the zone. Miles down into the slot. Backhander on net. Scores! I believe that'll be Miles. That'll be Miles unassisted. Declan wins this draw back to Garrett, who tips it to Miles. Miles will circle in behind the net. Sends it all the way to the point. Tony able to tip it out. Tony into the offensive zone now, down in the near side circle. Fires a shot, tipped over the net by the defenseman. Greyhounds able to escape the zone here. Centering pass puts them in just off sides. We'll get a neutral zone draw with the line change. You got nothing. Neutral zone draw, one back by Brecken. Matt tries to go rink wide. That deflects off a stick. Greyhounds chip it ahead from their own blue line. Makes it into the zone where Matt will pick it up. Matt stops in the corner, surveys, plays it off the wall to Griff. Griffin loses possession but does clear the zone. Greyhounds right back in again. Down the far side wall to the corner. Gray with good pressure forces him into the end wall. Brecken picks up the puck, chips it ahead. Griffin has it there. Runs into a man, chips the puck up and into the bench. We'll get a stoppage and a defensive zone draw for the Rails. Draw one by Brecken, sends it on the wall by Gray. Will retreats back to the corner, stops, sends it ahead. Brecken has it there. Runs into a man, tries to clear. Greyhounds send it right back to the corner. Pass. Puck at the half wall. Matt able to chop this one to the line, but not out. Gray will pick it up in behind the net. Will chips it past the defender, gets it out of the zone. They go rink wide. Chip pass gets him into the zone, sends it near side. Little move there, shot right into the chest piece of Jace. He'll smother and hang on. Another defensive zone draw for the Rails. Draw one by the Greyhounds. Centering pass, tipped away. Max picks this up, and he's out of the zone. Good back pressure there. Max gets it ahead. Held in by Max on the clearing attempt. And ends up in the corner. Tony tries to pick this up from behind the net. Chips it over to Declan. Declan surveys. Battling in the corner still. Sent to the point. Greyhounds pause and do exit the zone. Pressure there from both Tony and Max takes it away. They send it right back into the zone. The Greyhounds will go D to D. Chipped ahead. That's deflected by Tony. Miles forced to play it at his own blue line. Stops. He goes rink wide. Hits Max. Max and Declan into the zone. Tony coming right behind. Shot wired well wide of the net. Tony surveys. Backs this one into the corner. Declan tries to chip it around the defenders. Taken away. Lead pass gets them out of the zone. Greyhounds down into the offensive zone on the far side. Down in the corner, they'll push it near side. Tony takes this away on the half wall, chips it off the wall and out. This looks like it's going to make it all the way down for an icing, and it is. So we'll get a defensive zone draw after the line change for the Rails. Draw one back by the Greyhounds. They go D to D. Far side wall. Pressure from Bria. They come back to the point. Near side. Shot from the top of the circle. That gets kicked wide, I think, by Matt. May have been Chase. He's in close. Puck's still bouncing around in the slot. Gray picks this up. Chips off the far wall, or Bria will get it. Bria crosses the red line and dumps it in. Played off the near side wall. Matt steps up, tries to hold the zone. Does. He'll walk down with it. From the dot, centers. That's poke checked away before they can get a shot on. Greyhounds back out. He's 1-on-2 as he crosses neutral ice. Sidesteps Gray down into the corner. Puck comes near side. Matt gets a stick in on the skates. He's going to go for tripping. Greyhounds had to retreat. They still have possession. They'll dump it to the near side. Greyhounds still in their own zone with possession. Rails have yet to control. And with that control, we're going to get a tripping minor, and Matt's going to go spend a minute and a half in the box. We're going to get a white team timeout. I believe white team called the timeout. I don't know. Are we in a period break? I don't know what's going on.
My dad over there, he doesn't block. Papa Tim! Papa Tim! Throw anything at me. Gene! Smack my dad, go make him run the clock. Nobody runs the clock! Let's see Papa get in there.
So apparently we changed to the second period, question mark. I don't know. Rails are going to start a man down. Matt is in the corner of the bench for a minute and a half. Greyhounds win the opening draw. Down the far side wall with it. We'll circle around behind. He surveys, loses possession for a second. Shot hits the post. Jace able to cover up for a save. Garrett up the near wall, tries to dump it out. It's held in. Puck squirts to the circle where Miles will pick this up and circle his own net. This one's chipped ahead, held in at the point, but Tony able on a second effort, able to get it out. Greyhounds will retreat back to their own blue line and start up again. Poke checked away there, regained in the slot, down to the bottom of the far circle. They survey, step in, shot from the sharp angle. Rebound kicked wide. Centered again. Greyhounds shoot this one well wide. That's going to go to the far side wall. Held in at the point, sent right back in behind. Garrett battling for it there. Poke checks it around one, chips it up high off the glass. Tony tries to chip it off the wall to get it out. Great. Garrett will do it again, and the Rails able to get out. Greyhounds have the possession again. They're back into the zone. Greyhounds up to the point. Shot. That goes wide of the nets. Both teams back at full strength. Declan taking a strip of the puck here at the top of the circle. Garrett, Miles in behind, chips it back up the wall. Wholesale line change for the Greyhounds. Tony out of the zone now into the near side. He'll play this down into the end wall. Greyhounds take it out of the zone. Stood up there just inside the red line. Declan has now. He'll skate back into the offensive zone for the Rails. Down the near side circle. Turns, spins, centers. Nobody home. Greyhounds around behind now. Chipped ahead. Hounds into the zone on the far wall. Centering attempt. Garrett knocks down. He's got possession behind. Still battling forward in the corner. Declan will pick this up on the half wall and start out. Sidesteps to the pinching defender, and he's through neutral ice into the offensive zone. Around the far side circle. Loses possession there. Will picks it up. Will will chip it right back in behind. Surveys. Sends it to the circle for Griff. Griff steps up. His shot gets blocked. The Greyhounds through neutral ice again. Rink wide pass puts them into the zone just on sides, but it's taken away by Brecken. Stripped the puck again, and the Greyhounds down in. Puck squirts through the circle. It's kicked in behind. Matt has possession in behind the net. Still battling for it there. Puck loose. He'll take it near side. Still battling his way up the wall with it. Griffin steps in to help. Puck squirts loose. Greyhounds have it. Backhander up the wall, gets to the Griff, who's able to get it by the defenseman and out. Greyhounds the circle at their own blue line, start back ahead again. Chopped off the stick with Griffin. Plays it to Miles, or Brecken in the slot. He fires wide. Will, backhander back to Matt. He surveys, fires this one. That was going well. That was going well wide, but Henry's going to hang on to it anyways. Greyhounds win the draw. Declan able to send it in behind for Tony. Tony chips it off the goaltender. That'll get smothered, and we'll get another offensive zone draw. Draw one by Declan. He's knocked off the puck. We got a hand up, and as East plays it, we're going to get a minor penalty for tripping. Rails to go on the power play. Greyhounds win the draw. They retreat in behind their own net. Chipped ahead. As they take a look, they're out of the zone. It's taken away and neutralized by Miles. He sidesteps one and starts back. Into the zone. He goes rink wide for Brecken. Brecken drop pass. It's intercepted and dumped out of the zone. Greyhounds have cleared. This is going to make it all the way. Icing the call, and we'll get another offensive zone draw for the Rails. Draw back to the point. Miles fires this one off a body. Will with a shot. That goes off the goaltender. Rebound from Garrett. Puck was loose. Referees lost sight. Garrett and Garrett. So we got shots from both Will and Garrett on that one. Referee lost sight of the puck, so we're going to restart. Draw one back by the Greyhounds. Taken away at the half wall by Brecken. Back to the point. Both teams at full strength. Greyhounds intercept that, take it back out. Down the far side wall, taken away by Miles. This one's whistled wide of the net from the point. Gray tries to take that one away. Greyhounds still have possession. They center. Will intercepts in the slot, and he starts back out for the Rails. Near side circle, he's surveying. Stopped on the half wall. Centering attempt stolen. Garrett able to hustle back and hold the point. Will falls at the half wall, still has possession. Greyhounds retreat in behind their own net. Brecken with pressure there. Bumped up the half wall. Chip pass there, and the Greyhounds are out of the zone. Up the far side wall, they'll dump it in once they reach the blue line. Griffin with it, behind the net. Battling, taken away. Greyhounds are on behind, they come back to the far side point. Shot, blocked. Puck out of the zone. East tags up, and they get the puck back. Brecken whistles this one over to Garrett, and he starts ahead. Garrett and Tony as they enter the zone. Shot from the top of the circle. Blocker save. Rebounds pushed to the corner. Griffin tries to hold the point there. It's pushed ahead by the Greyhounds. Down into the offensive zone. Good back pressure there from Declan. Takes the puck away, and Matt will clear the slot. Matt from behind the own net. Chips ahead. Gets it to Garrett. Garrett surveys as he exits the zone. Rink-wide pass puts Declan in on sides. Declan fires a shot. Stick save from the East goaltender. Puck comes near side corner. Sidestep there, and Greyhounds are through neutral ice. Into the offensive zone. Centering attempt taken away by Matt. Held at the point, though. Down into the slots. Puck still bouncing around. Matt gets it up to Declan, who overskated. Pressure there, down into the slot. Shot gets pushed wide of the net. East tries to play it back to the point. It's played at the half wall, back into the corner. Puck comes into the slot. Bria picks that up in the high slot and starts out. Bria up to Tony. Tipped into the corner. He'll give chase. Tony with possession. Centers. Bria fanned on the shot in the slot. Her stick was tied up. East picks this up and starts back the other way. They've got three into the zone. Down to the near side wall. That shot looks like it went off the post. Rebound, scores. Greyhounds win the neutral zone draw, chip it in, sent back out by Miles. Brecken able to keep the puck out of the zone there, and he starts back out. Brecken down the far side wall. Into the corner with it. He's rubbed out. Back to the point where Miles holds the point. We get a delayed penalty there. Call is slashing. I believe this is Brecken, so the Greyhounds back to the power play. Draw one by the Greyhounds. They go back to the point. Shot from there, blocked by Will. Rebound just dumped into the corner there. Garrett has it, sends it around the near side wall. Held in at the point, sent back down. He surveys, sends it to the circle. A shot, glove save from Jace. Rebounds pushed wide of the net. Greyhounds still have possession. Near side corner played up to the circle. They'll circle back down in behind. Puck into the slot, off the stick. Max starts back out, chips it ahead. He's stripped of the puck from behind. Will picks this up, backhander puts it into the zone. Icing waved off, they crossed the red line. Greyhounds start out from behind their own net. Rink wide pass doesn't quite connect, taken away by Garrett. He's going to start back into the zone, onside, fires a shot. Off the goalie glove and in. Garrett fooled the goalie with a high shot right past the ear hole. And that'll be a 3-1 lead for the Rails with an unassisted goal from Garrett. Neutral zone draw, won by the Greyhounds. Matt Chips takes it away though, chips it ahead, it's taken off of his stick. Greyhounds start back in. Stripped by Gray. Griffin backhands it ahead, just missed Gray on the jump. Greyhounds tip it back into the zone. Matt has possession. He circles around behind his own net, surveys, chips it ahead, hits Gray in stride, and they're out of the zone. 2-on-2 as they cross. Good back pressure there. Gray gets checked into the wall. We're gonna get a minor penalty to number 2 for the Greyhounds for checking. We get an offensive zone draw and a power play here for the Rails. Draw one by Declan over the wall. Tony has it in the corner. Centers, that goes off a stick. Goaltender knocked it back in behind. Chipped ahead. Bria unable to control, but Declan knocks it away at the half wall. Greyhounds pick it back up. They don't quite reach center ice. Dumped all the way in. Max circles and picks it up. Up to Tony. Tony sidesteps one and he's through neutral ice. Taken away off a skate there. Given back. Bria has to wait. She dumps it into the zone off sides. With the offsides call, we'll get a neutral zone draw for the Rails. Greyhounds win the draw, start ahead. Into the offensive zone, poke check there from Max, takes it away, and he starts out. Max up the near side wall with it. Squeezed off the puck, still has possession, dumps it into the corner. Declan gives chase there. He takes it away from the Greyhound player, has possession in behind. Out front, Bria fans on a shot. Declan with a stick lift, holds the zone. He'll dump it back to the corner where Tony will give chase. Tony backhand fanned on it. Greyhounds take it away, send it near side wall. As a rink-wide pass bounces over the stick of the exiting Greyhound player. Garrett will pick this up. Sends this ahead. Declan ran into Griffin, and the Greyhounds start back in. Shot saved from Jace. Scooter's just wide of the net on the rebound. Back to the point. Shot deflected, gloved by Jace and held on to. Draw one by Brecken. Garrett tries to clear. It's held in at the point. Shot blocked by Griffin. Goes right to Will, who hands it to Brecken. Brecken bypasses the defender. Backhand. Shot save. Rebound also saved. Greyhounds have it in the corner. Start ahead. They're able to get out of the zone. Down in there, offsides on the pressure from Miles, and so we'll get a neutral zone draw here after that whistle. Rails still leading 3-1 somewhere in the second period. Personnel change. Both teams at full strength now. Brecken wins this one, sends it ahead. He'll skate into it himself. Poke check off his stick. Greyhounds dump it in. That's on net. Save from Jace. Garrett chips it off the glass. Puck squirts to the middle. Will takes a look, hands it off to Miles, and he'll start out of the zone. Miles rink wide pass just behind Brecken. Misses the mark. Icing waved off. Greyhounds played around the wall. Chipped ahead, out of the zone. Garrett will intercept at neutral ice. Turns the corner, plays it off the glass and back in. Greyhounds cycle the puck, far side of the wall, up and out. From outside the blue line, a shot's gloved, and Jason's just going to hang on to it and get the whistle. Declan wins this one back to Matt, circles around behind. Backhander up into the skates, taken away by the Greyhounds. They center, puck's loose in the slot, taken away by Tony, and he's able to chip this back out of the zone. Declan battling for it just outside the blue line there. Greyhounds enter the zone. Matt steps up, takes the puck away. It's in the skates of the official. Chipped up ahead, not out. Sends up down the wall. Into the circle, cleared by Gray. He's tripped, shot gets wired wide of the net. Greyhounds have possession in the near side corner. He spins, sends this out to the slot. Good work by Tony to get that knocked away. Held it at the point, but then cleared by Bria. Tony jumps ahead. He overskates as gets into the zone, offsides. We'll get a neutral zone draw here on the offsides call for the Rails, just outside the Greyhounds' end. Greyhounds with the Rails with possession off the puck. Shot on net from Tony. Is cleared wide by the goaltender. Tony steals one in the slot. Declan poke checks this one. In behind. Puck sent around the near side wall. Gray steps up, tries to keep it in, does. Bria now with possession in the circle. She circles, centers, nobody home. Tony will pick this up on the far side corner. Chips it over to Declan in the circle. Sends it back to Tony. Puck loose in the crease. Bounces around. Bria will play it into the near side corner. Bria centers. Taken away by the Greyhounds, and they are able to clear the zone. Good step up from Gray there. Takes the puck away. Cleared to the point, but not out. Shot was blocked. Tony overskated it. Matt chips it ahead. That's held in there. Matt able to almost get it out, but then it gets taken out by Tony. Tony will get down the wall. Gets across the red line, dumps it in, and goes for a change. Greyhounds near side, chip it off the wall. They're able to clear the zone. Miles in his own end, stops on the half wall, chips it back off the wall, gets it to Declan, and they're out. 3-on-2 as they cross neutral ice. Declan surveys, rink wide pass, gets to Max. Max chops one at the net, stick save from the goaltender, puck's loose. Quick whistle from the referee, puck was still loose, and we're going to get an offensive zone draw for the Rails. Oh, we're going to get a end of the second period whistle. All right, set to start the third, whatever this is.
I've got the score here. He's wearing the ball.
So you commented?
Yeah.
We're synchronizing our watches. Both referees and the head coach for Duluth East making sure that we've all got the same amount of time on the clock. Start the third period here. The Rails up 3-1 over the Greyhounds. Neutral zone draw by Brecken. Won by the Greyhounds. Garrett takes that one away. Will chip it ahead. Brecken now with possession on the near side. Fires from the high slot. That was going well wide of the net, but Henry hangs on anyways and gets the whistle. Draw one by the Greyhounds. Quick play gets him out of the zone. He overskates though. Will takes this one, chips it ahead to Brecken. Brecken back into the offensive zone. Puck swirls to the line, not out. Greyhounds played ahead, sent those out, but back in. The Greyhounds the Rails will tag up. They believe they were offside, so either way, Greyhounds have the puck. Sent rink wide off of Max's helmet. Greyhounds still with possession. Chip it ahead. They'll start ahead over rink wide here. Down into the zone, backhand pass. Down to the slot. Backhand, lost possession, centers. Good defensive play from Miles there, forces the puck wide. Brecken now in behind the net. Chips this ahead. Garrett off a skate. Max finally able to get it out. Greyhounds will go D-to-D at the blue line. They send it ahead. Miles takes it away just inside the line, chips it right back out. Greyhounds with possession, have to wait to tag up. They're offsides at the line. We're going to get a neutral zone draw here, just outside the Rails end. Greyhounds win that draw. They're into the zone. Chips back out again. Touched up, back in. Matt takes it away on the half wall, chips it ahead to Tony. Tony's met with resistance, and the puck comes right back in. Shot was blocked by Gray. Chipped ahead, not out. Comes right back down. Greyhounds, center, shot blocked by Matt into the corner. Still battling for it in the corner there. Greyhounds come away with possession. They come back to the point. This shot comes well wide of the net. Matt first one on it near side. He starts back out, settles the puck, chips ahead. That's intercepted. Greyhounds right back into the zone on the far side. Gray with it on that corner, sends it around. Rails able to get it out of the zone. Not going to make it for icing. Sent ahead. Griff has it on the wall. Sends it down to Tony in the corner. He centers. Poke checked off Declan's stick. Shot from Griffin was kicked out. Greyhounds will go rink wide and out of the zone. They just dump it into the corner once they've gained the zone. Matt battling there. He'll reverse back around behind. Chip it ahead. Gray able to chip it further. Two Greyhounds collided with Griffin there. Matt now has possession up the near side wall. Chips it ahead. This is going to be too far for everyone, icing the indication. We're going to get a defensive zone draw for the Rails after that whistle. Draw one back by the Rails. Miles in behind. Stops behind the net, reverses up to Will. Will tries to spring Brecken, that was behind him. Good pressure from Brecken there as the Greyhounds dump it out. G plays it off the wall there. Greyhounds wait, they get it back on sides, and they're into the offensive zone on the far side. Centered into the slot. Good pressure there from Miles, knocks the player down. Chase senses trouble, covers up, and we're going to get... Garrett with possession off the draw there. Tries to sidestep a good defender. Gets it to Brecken, who gets it ahead to Bria. Bria chips this to Will out of the zone. He overskated, and the Greyhounds will just dump it right back in near side corner. Miles takes a look over his shoulder, has possession in the corner. He starts back up through the circle, poke checked off his stick. Will battling for it there. Greyhounds have it. They center. That goes all the way into the far corner. Sent to the point. This shot tips. Beats Jace 5-hole on the tip. Greyhounds now only trailing by one. Tony picks up possession off the draw. He stopped at the blue line, still battling for the puck here. Everyone goes down in a heap. All four players. Greyhounds skate away with it. Puck dumped into the far corner. Gray takes that away, gets to the Max, who chips it out of the zone. Played ahead by the Greyhounds. Gray picks that up. He's able to get across the red line, dump it in. Rink wide pass intercepted by Tony, but he couldn't corral it. Matt steps up at the blue line, tries to hold. He does. He'll dump this into the corner. Max gives chase on the far wall. Puck bounces off the referee. Gray steps up, holds the point. Max now has it. Steps into the circle, fires a shot off a skate. Greyhounds start back ahead. Played ahead. Greyhounds down into the zone. Near side wall, backhand play is intercepted. Puck still loose in the slot. Turns, fires. That bounces through the crease. Greyhounds come out the other side. Centering attempt taken away. Gray skates ahead. Dumps this out. Icing waved off. Greyhounds play it before it gets there. They play it ahead. Connected at the blue line there. Taken away by Miles into center ice. He starts ahead. Sidesteps one. Sidesteps another. And he's into the offensive zone. Double teamed there. Couldn't get through. Greyhounds start back. They're 2-on-2 through neutral ice. Walks in, shot, stick save from Jace. Max gets possession off of that rebound. Still battling for it through neutral ice, chips it ahead. Greyhounds will play it at their own blue line, taken away by Declan on a good forecheck. Chips this one down into the corner, still battling for it. Around behind, Tony tries to take that one away. It's reversed. Chip ahead, Garrett does just hold the line. He'll dump this one back into the corner. Sent back ahead. Rink wide pass held in by Miles. Miles chips over to Griffin, who fanned on a shot. Greyhounds start back out. They reach the red line, dump it in. Puck in behind where Garrett picks it up. Stripped off his stick. Shot, kick save, rebound, kick save as well. Brecken able to pick up the second rebound, and they're coming through the center ice 3-on-3 into the zone on sides. Drop pass to Brecken. He'll fire. Wires it wide of the net. Griffin picks up the rebound, sends it out front. Bounces off a couple of sticks. Brecken now with it on the backhand. Sends it to Will. Chip shot on net. Save. Puck still loose in the slot. Will with a stick lift. Shot off a skate. This gets pushed to the far wall. Griffin able to get a stick lift there. Garrett with it now. Chips one in wide. Brecken takes a look. Sidesteps one, hands it to Will. Will behind the net, backhand pass back out to Brecken. Matt steps up into the slot, backhands one. Brecken has it. That fires off a stick, hits the glass behind the net. Will has possession in the far corner. Will all the way up the wall. He gets stripped of the puck at the blue line. Matt able to get back, cover up. Backhands this one back out of the zone. Sent back in, offsides, but waved safe. Taken away by Gray. He's able to get out of the zone. Backhands this one, but gives it away. Greyhounds ahead. Near side wall, chips it down into the corner. Puck back to the point. Shot. Tipped wide of the net. That first one on it. Plays it back around the wall. Griff backhands this one. It's held in at the point. Puck still bouncing around and cleared by Brecken. Greyhounds send it back ahead. Rails changing. Brecken picks this one up from the red line. Dumps it into the far corner. Icing the indication, and we're going to get a defensive zone draw for the Rails. Bria stripping the puck right off the draw. Greyhounds come down the near side corner, the near side wall. That's taken away by Declan. He's able to chip this one up and not quite out of the zone. Greyhounds back down the wall. Backhand centering attempt. Gets through. Shot in on net. Stick save and smothered. Jace will hang on to that one. We'll get a defensive zone drop for the Rails. Greyhounds win the draw. Declan doesn't quite take that away. Miles in behind, reverses, chips it up the wall. Bria picks that up on the wall, up on the half wall. She'll chip it ahead. Greyhounds take it away center ice. Just inside the blue line, Bria takes that one away. Declan battling for it there. Sidesteps one, poke checked away. Garrett keeps it in. Greyhounds have possession again though, and they'll start back out. Down the far side wall into the zone. Garrett able to protect there. Chips puck in behind. Gets help from Miles. Garrett reverses course. His puck taken away. Greyhounds have possession. Around the near side circle, into the slot, backhander, that scoots wide of the net. Puck squirts all the way through the crease, comes from the near side. Centered, that gets past the defender at the blue line. Greyhounds circle at their own blue line, chip it ahead. Intercepted by Declan and Gray. Gray down into the zone, sidesteps one, it's taken away and chipped right back out again. Greyhounds start back into the zone. Centering pass, knocked down. Second attempt, gets to the slot, taken away by Matt. He surveys, circles, steps into the circle, he strips of the puck. Gray picks this one up, chips it off the glass, gets it to Max. Poke checked off his stick. Matt will chip it ahead, gets it to Declan. Greyhounds take this one away and put it back into the zone. High stick played by Matt. The Greyhounds next ones will play it. Still battling for it just outside the blue line. They'll chip it in. Gray surveys, sends it up ahead to Max. That was behind him. Greyhounds in their own corner. Max steps up, holds the zone. Fires this one. That's a blocker save from Henry. Set back up the wall, chipped ahead. Matt fanned on the hold-in attempt, and the Greyhounds are back out. Get into the zone. Greyhounds have possession there. They'll chip it out. Gray steps up. Gets it back to Max. Max back into the zone. Will puts pressure on there in the defensive zone. Brecken steps up, has possession. Chips it off the wall, tries to get it to Will. Comes back, Matt pinches from the point. Gets by him. Greyhounds are 2-on-1 with the back check. Matt able to knock the player down. No indication there. Still battling for it. Comes out front. Kick save from Jace. Puck still there. Puck still loose. Puck still loose behind the net. Matt comes away with it there. I believe we're getting a penalty for an illegal use of a stick because it got flung by somebody else on the Greyhounds. So he's going to go for illegal equipment or something. That's the indication I got from the referee. Greyhounds win the draw. Delayed penalty against the Rails off the draw. It was a trip. They play it ahead. It's held in by Gray. He lands on somebody. The whistle blows, and we're going to get a tripping call for Brecken off the draw, and we're going to skate 4-on-4 for the next.
For that.
Yeah, just uncheck both. Yeah. No, uncheck. And we're going to go back to the other end and skate 4-on-4. Sorry for the earthquake there. Will wins the draw back to Miles. He reverses, comes back near side. Again, we're skating 4-on-4 with the 2 minor penalties, 1 for each team. Miles stripped just outside the blue line there. Greyhounds put it back in, battling along the wall, 2-on-2. Puck squirts free. Will comes away with it. He goes rink wide for it. Garrett steps up, poke checks that one by the pinching defender. He's gone in. Hard shot, goes wide of the net. Miles pinches on the half wall. He fires one off a stick. That's going to be gloved by the Greyhounds goaltender. Held on to. We'll get an offensive zone draw for the Rails. Slap shot, stick save into the netting.
That doesn't count, I don't think.
Poke check by Matt at the point, held in. Greyhounds are cleared off the wall. Matt has possession. He goes rink wide to Gray. He's going to dump it back into the zone. It's played before it gets to the icing line. Greyhounds circle the net. Sidesteps one. Held in at the point by Griffin. Sent back out by the Greyhounds. Possession down the near side wall. Declan's going to go for a cross check. I think we're back to 5 for the Greyhounds, so it's a 5-on-3 power play for the Greyhounds. I think is what just happened. Yeah. Draw one by the Greyhounds. Possession, back to the point. That shot deflected wide of the net. Garrett with it there, chips it off the wall. Gets past the defender at the point. Icing waved off. Greyhounds forced to play it inside their own end. That's chipped ahead. Down into the zone. They're on sides. Near side wall. Good break up from Miles. Will able to pick this up and start back. Will reaches the red line. He'll just dump it down into the corner. Greyhounds chip play, gets them out of the zone. They come near side with it. Down the near side wall. Shot, that goes through the crease. Rails get one player back. They're now just down one man. 5-on-4. The puck gets to the line, but not out. Garrett intercepts, chips it past. Hustles ahead. He overskates. Will now has it. He gets in the zone on sides. They go down the far side wall, dump this into the corner. Max overskates. Greyhounds start back out. 3-on-3 as they cross the red line or the blue line, down around the corner. Centered, that goes all the way through the crease to the far corner. Same player picks it up again. He's now into the slot. Shot, glove saved and held onto by Jace. We'll get a defensive zone draw here. Can't be much time left in the minor penalty to... That's 6. Hold on. We are back to 5-on-5. Brecken wins this one back to Matt. He stops, chips it ahead to Brecken. Brecken up the near side wall. Beats a player there. He's into the offensive zone. Loses it. Greyhounds start back out. They chase ahead, down into the zone. Puck squirts loose before they can get the shot off into the far corner. Good back pressure from Matt and good defense from Gray there. Forced that puck wide. Griffin on the half wall there, chips it ahead. Tony picks this one up. He pivots. He's out of the zone. Tries to go rink wide. Nobody there. Matt will pick this one up. Chips it ahead. He'll just get it past the red line, dump it in. It's in the far corner. Greyhounds played up ahead there. Griffin sends it back into the circle. Puck bouncing around. Played off the near side corner. Brecken has it. He sidesteps one. Puck back into the corner. Still in the corner. Brecken with it on the far side now. It's chipped ahead. Griff has it there. Tries to center. It's taken away. Rink wide pass puts the Greyhounds out of the zone. Up the near side. Sidestep. Matt got a skate on it. Backhand pass comes all the way through the slot. Matt has it in behind. They chip it off the far wall. That's held in at the point. Shot goes off a couple of different players into the corner. Greyhounds try to center. Jace will just drop down and cover that. And we're going to get a defensive zone draw for the Rails with some time left on the clock. Greyhounds in the draw. Back to the point. This shot whistled wide into the near corner. Just played back to the point again. Beckham will pick it up in the circle. Tries to go rink wide. Does hit Bria. Taken away from her, set back ahead. Garrett steps up, takes it away. Bria has possession now. Into the zone. Fires this one in on net. Save. Puck loose. Declan has it in the near side corner. Centers again off the goaltender. That's saved and covered. Draw one by the Greyhounds, sent ahead. Miles holds the point, fires one off a skate. Declan has possession. He sends this one towards the net. That's intercepted. Greyhounds on the far side wall, able to take it out. Puck's down into the zone. Garrett has it there. Tries to chip it off the wall. It's intercepted. East sends this one in on net. Stick save and covered by Jace. Another defensive zone draw here with can't be much time left here in the game. Draw one back by Brecken. Garrett has it, sends it ahead, it's intercepted. Greyhounds down into the corner, they survey around on the near side. Lost possession through the skates. Puck's on the wall. Greyhounds still have possession. They center all the way through. Max picks this one up. Curls. Taken away as the Greyhounds play that. We're going to get a minor penalty for tripping called against the Greyhounds as Max tried to exit the zone. So we'll get a power play and an offensive zone draw for the Rails. Griffin with possession. Fans on a shot. Chips it to the circle. Puck still bouncing around. Sent in. It's underneath the goaltender. Credit Griff with a shot. He will push that one in towards the net. We're going to reset the far side and redo the face-off. Declan on the draw. Greyhounds with possession. Comes around the near side. Chipped off the wall. Tipped ahead, and the Greyhounds are out. Through neutral ice. Dump down into the corner. Matt there. Backhands it ahead. Max falls down. Puck's chipped into the circle there. Declan has it. Comes near side. Sidesteps one, and he's out of the zone. He pushes far side. Into the zone there. Down into the corner, around behind. Overskated it, loses possession. Puck jumps up. Matt jumps up from the wall. It's over his skit. The Greyhounds are back out of the zone. Back ahead. Matt forces his player down the wall. Poke check there, knocks it loose. Sent out front, held in at the point. Collision there, takes the puck away, and Max now has possession. 3-on-2 as they cross the line. Chipped ahead. Declan just couldn't quite corral. Tries to send it back out front. He falls. Greyhounds in possession. Chip it off the wall. Tip play off the half wall. Rink wide pass will not connect. That goes for icing. Offensive zone draw here. Brecken has it. Fires one towards the net. That's intercepted. Greyhounds play it around the far corner. Fanned on the clearing attempt. Tony battling for it there. Held in by Will. Held in by Garrett. Given to Brecken. He's at the top of the circle, into the slot. Backhands one towards the net. Chipped and scored by Will. Will from Brecken, and I think it's just Will from Brecken. And the Rails have extended their lead to 2 again, 4-2. Oh, and that's going to be Rails, your victors here.
Forever.